Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Bob Dillard pregame show, brought your way each week at this time on Cablevision 3 by Fakes and Hookers, Porter Paint's Decorating Center, Aflac's Regional Headquarters, Hayes Mirror and Glass, Lebanon Mayor Don Fox, Lebanon Heating and Air Conditioning, Don Bennett and James Parkerson. Last week, Lebanon pulled off a big regional win, a game they had to have, a 19-6 win over Warren County, and we'll go to those highlights. Coach, we threw the ball quite a bit against Warren County because they stacked the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they did, Tommy. They came in here to stop our run, and we had to go there.
And Elliot Carson wound up with 5 catches on the night. Here the play fake and the long pass to Elliot.
Right. We threw the 85 route to Carson, and we felt like if they were going to try to sell out and stop our run, that we had to throw the football, and we did a good job doing that.
Now, was this play to Clemens an audible?
Yes, this was an audible. We had to. No, this one wasn't. This was a curl and go. We run the curl, and then he turns around and takes off on the fade. So that one wasn't a check, but Reader checks here in a minute, and we score.
And Clemens got in the end zone for the first time all year, and he would get in again later in the game. Jody Atwood kicks off and gets it up in the air.
Right. We felt like we had to get some height on our kickoff to give our guys a chance to cover it, and Jody gets a little more height on the ball than our other kickers, and that's why we decided to go with him. And you can see it, height on the ball really helps our kick.
And lets those bandits get down the field in a hurry.
Right.
Here we throw the football to Brooks Cherry. Jason with a good pass, and Brooks reacts to the football and adjusts in flight.
Yeah, he does. It was a fade route, and it was thrown back to the inside a little bit, and Brooks comes back inside of the defender and makes a great adjustment to the football and gets us down in a position where we can score again right before the half.
Now, the play upcoming is the audible, the check off to Jeff Clemens.
Right. We had the slant called, I think, and the Reader checks to the fade, and Jeff's wide open, and I'm just proud for Jeff. We knew all along he could catch the football. He's worked hard. His hands have improved tremendously, and I'm just glad that he had a good night catching the football.
And once again, we go to Elliot Carson.
Right. We run the Jade in motion, and they widened with him and left Elliot uncovered, and we hit him on just a hot route straight down the field.
And one more time to Elliot Carson, and this one's for a touchdown.
Right. We come back, and if I'm not mistaken, Reader checks this one too, and we throw the hot to Carson again, and he does a good job running with the football and getting in the end zone after he catches it.
Warren County's quarterback, Elrod, was quite an athlete, but we get to him here.
Right. Our defense played well, I thought, all night long. They held Warren County to just a little over 100 yards in total offense, and our defense gave a good effort.
Some athletes who might not get a lot of recognition, the Blue Devil cheerleaders, and they do a great job for you guys.
Yeah, they do. They're instrumental in getting our crowd excited and getting them into the ball game. We're
Coach, in the grand scheme of things, last week's big win over Warren County was the most important football game we've played so far this year.
Yeah, it was, Tommy. We had to have that ball game to get us in the playoffs, and we were fortunate enough to win that game, and now we've got a playoff position locked up.
Now the attention is turned to Riverdale, a football team that's got a great reputation and some tremendous athletes.
Well, that's true. They've got athletes everywhere you look. They got a lot of speed, and they've had a lot of success the last couple of years. So it's going to be an interesting ball game.
Lebanon has been a football team that has been at some times a thorn in Riverdale's side, and I wonder if our kids still feel that way about them.
Well, I think so. I know the Lebanon-Riverdale game has turned into a pretty big rivalry. It's on both sides. I know we got them last year 6-0, and I'm sure they're talking that up over there, which that's good. That's what I expected them to do, and that's what we expected them to do. So it's going to be an opportunity for us to go over and play one of the best teams in the state and see how we stack up.
Interesting sidelight to this football game. Probably your best friend, Brad Cowan, coaches for the Warriors.
Yeah, Brad and I have been friends ever since we were in grade school, and he's like you said, he's one of my good friends, and but that's that just makes it that much more interesting. I think nobody wants to win as much as I do, or Brad Cowan, either one. So that's going to make it interesting.
We've had some people banged up, hurt, at least on the positive side. It looks like we're going to get Ian Crockett back.
Right, I think Ian's going to be able to play. He's going to be back. He's practiced this week, and that's just that's going to help our defensive unit.
As we tape the show on Thursday, we don't know the status of Jeff Gannon, defensive end, who's had a shoulder problem. If Jeff can't go, Elliot Carson moves over to that defensive end spot.
Right, we're still not sure about Gannon's situation. There's a possibility he may get to go, and there's also a possibility that he won't. So we've prepared this week to be ready to play if Jeff can't go. And like you said, Elliot, he'll have to go both ways, which we feel good that Carson will be able to do that.
The athletic ability, the sheer speed that Riverdale has. Defensively, what have you guys got to do to try to contain those people?
Well, I think defensively we've got to keep them hemmed up. We can't let them get in our secondary and get on the corners on us, because if they do that, then that's where their speed comes into play. If we can keep them between the tackles and keep them hemmed up, then that kind of negates their speed.
Offensively, give us some idea of what the folks will be seeing as they watch this film.
Well, I think because of the speed that they have, we're going to have to establish something by running right at them. The best way to take speed away from people is to run right at them. When you run at people, their speed doesn't really help them that much. So we're going to try to do that and establish some things moving the football. And I think we need to be able to control the football and control the line of scrimmage to be successful.
The kicking game so big every time out on Friday night, but Riverdale looks at their kicking game as an opportunity to score.
Right. They make big plays in the kicking game, and hopefully we're going to do a good job not kicking the football to them and not giving them a chance to return punts and kicks. And if we can do that, then we've taken one of their weapons away from them.
I thought on Monday, I overheard your comments to the team where you talked about having a fun week of practice. Let's enjoy this. Let's go out and make the most of this opportunity. I think that's a great attitude going into a football game like this.
Well, we told our guys that it's not every year that you get a chance to play the number 12 ranked team in the nation, and it's something to get excited about. And this ball game is going to be an atmosphere of what high school football is all about. The fans are going to be excited. I know we'll take a good crowd over there, and I know Riverdale will be excited, and they'll have a lot of people there. So it's just it's a time to get excited, and it's going to be a fun night.
Good luck, fellas. Go get them.
Thank you, Tommy.
Bob Dillard, head coach of the Blue Devils, with us on the pregame show. I'm Tommy Bryan. Stay tuned for the kickoff of Lebanon and Riverdale. This program brought your way each week at this time by Lebanon Heating and Air, Don Bennett and James Parkerson, Lebanon Mayor Don Fox, Hayes Mirror and Glass, Joe Hayes, Aflac's regional headquarters on the Castle Heights campus, and Fakes and Hookers Porter Paints Decorating Center.
Glennis Videos, in association with Lebanon and Cablevision, presents Lebanon Blue Devil Football with your announcer Tommy Bryan, play-by-play by Sam Axley, statistician Terry Stafford, and your on-the-field reporter John Bryan.
Players and coaches will tell you they want one shot against the big boy. Well, the Lebanon Blue Devils have that as they are at Johnny Red Floyd Stadium in Murfreesboro against the number 1 team in the state, the Riverdale Warriors, the number 12 team in the country, and we'll have it all for you after this break.
Tonight's Region 4 5A contest between the Lebanon Blue Devils and the Murfreesboro Riverdale Warriors. We're down on the 50-yard line for the coin toss. You'll be hearing Bob Gideon conduct the coin toss.
Yeah, if I drop it on the ground, we'll toss it again. If you'll see that side is heads, the other side is tails. That side is tails. Right there, tails. Okay, call it while it's in the air. Tails. He called tails, gentlemen. He called tails. It is tails. Lebanon has won the toss. You may defer to the second half. Choose offense, defense, or defend, either go.
He wants football.
You want the football.
Lebanon's won the toss. They want the ball.
Hey, turn around this way.
So the Blue Devils will receive. The Riverdale Warriors will defend the South Gold. Back up to you, Tommy.
Thank you, John. Lebanon High School chooses to go on offense for the start of this Region 4 Class 5A football game, and we should have us a dandy here tonight. Lebanon High School, the only team to give Riverdale a defeat in, say, the last 38 regular season football games. Lebanon has knocked off Riverdale 2 out of the last 3 years. Lebanon hoping lightning can strike tonight as they take on the 12th ranked team in the nation, these Riverdale Warriors. Here's the starting lineup. Coach Bob Dillard will send out defensively tonight for his Lebanon Blue Devils. Starting at defensive end will be Elliott Carson in place of the injured. There comes Riverdale in place of the injured Jeff Gannon. Ian Crockett gets the start tonight at tackle. Ian back after missing 3 weeks with a knee injury. Mark Wilson will get the start tonight at nose. Wilson, a sophomore. Ryan Alds back at right tackle. Trey Reynolds at the strong side end. Linebackers tonight, Jason Morris and Jade Sellers. In the secondary, Damon Pitt, Ricky Phillips, Ron C., and Todd Tressler. Chris Lehue will see action back there as well. Riverdale will kick it off. To put the foot in the football for Riverdale will be Michael Knox, number 12. He's a sophomore, likes to kick the football high in the air. Riverdale dressed in the Cardinal jerseys and helmets, the gold football pants. Lebanon dressed in the visiting white helmets, jerseys, and pants. Riverdale on the season, folks, has allowed only 4.75 points per game. They're averaging 45 points a game. This football team is a powerhouse. In terms of the region, this game means little to Lebanon. We're already in the playoffs, but it's an opportunity to take on a team that's undefeated. And here with tonight's play-by-play call is Sam Axley.
Thank you, Tommy. Knox ready to get this one underway as emotions are high. Griffin will stand at the 5 and wait for the official to signal it ready. They're ready, and Knox's kick is high and deep. Griffin waits. He'll take it at the 4. 10, outside 15, breaks a block up to the 19, almost the 20-yard line, as he is taken down by Jonta Martin. So first and 10 for the Blue Devils, Tommy, right at the 20.
Lebanon going with the return on the sideline rather than going back up the middle as they have all season. Look for Lebanon to make a few changes tonight offensively as they take on these Warriors. And folks, it is awfully loud. We're positioned at the 50-yard line, high above the press box on the film deck, and we've got an open situation here, and you'll hear that Riverdale war chant all night long.
Reeder brings his team out, I formation. Sellers, your tailback, Grissom the fullback. He's got 2 wide receivers to the left side. He'll turn, gives it to Sellers straight up the middle, bounces off of one man, ball on the ground. It is fallen on by the Blue Devils, and coming up with the recovery, Tommy, is the right tackle, Brad Dedman.
Jade gets hit trying to make a move, coughs up the football, and thank goodness Brad Dedman, 6 foot 241 senior, right there. That starting offensive lineup, Corley, Woodall, Atwood, Jennings, and Dedman. That's your 5 interior linemen.
Second down, a gain of about 5.5. Reeder looks over that 5-man line, turns, gives it to Grissom straight up the middle. First down over the 30, out to the 32-yard line.
Lebanon, as you may notice, going with wide line splits rather than the 3.5-foot splits, almost 4.5 to 5 foot between the linemen up there. The intent is to try to spread Riverdale out, attack them right up the middle. I don't feel like we will see a lot of the sweep tonight from Lebanon because the speed game is what Riverdale does so well. They can get to the point of attack before you can.
Jeff Clemens split wide to the right side. Carson a tight end on the left. Toss sweep right side. Sellers cuts it back up inside, puts his head down, gets about a yard or 2 out to the 34-yard line, not much further. He runs into Tommy, the big man in the middle, 81, Antron Peebles.
I really think, Sam, Antron Peebles is the best football player on this team. 2-way starter, linebacker, middle linebacker in the 5-3 look, tight end. He